Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-130PM. It's a Soviet Tier 8 turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region and it's under the command of Elirox. Okay, this is the Soviet version of the Scorpion. 13cm gun rather than a 128mm on the Scorpion. This one will do 520 alpha, which is what, 30 more than you'll get on the Scorpion G. And Elirox is taking it up onto the heights straight away. Now, one of the big drawbacks of this vehicle, apart from having very thin armour, which means that it gets penetrated quite a lot, a great deal, in fact even Arty will penetrate it and probably get a max roll if they do, is that its gun can only turn 77.5 degrees either side of the center point. So you can't shoot behind yourself, you can't turn the turret all the way around, and that's a bit of a disadvantage because it means you have to park your vehicle in such a way as the target's going to be within your arc, because if it's not, you're not going to be able to shoot at them. You have to turn the vehicle, and turning the vehicle will make the reticule bloom as well. Now at the moment, Elirox, he's looking for a target. He's found two, an AMX CDC, which is hiding behind that rock. Canada's trying to remember it now. The CDC, is it Shah de Chasseur? Oh, anyway, AMX CDC. I've got a temporary mind block there. Well, he's fired one blind round there, and I don't think there was any enemy there as far as I could tell. You don't get a whole lot of ammunition in this this tank destroyer either, so you have to be careful about how many shots you fire and where. Okay, Jagdpanther, and he bounced off the front armor, and he was spotted, so he had to pull back, and you can see the rounds zipping in from other players. Okay, he's probably still there, but he's just not spotted. Oh, now that might have hit the Jagdpanther behind the bush. We don't know for sure. Oh, somebody's firing back. And it looks like he was still there, and he's been killed. Though not by Elirox. Super Hellcat. Beautiful shot, leading shot as well. Slow velocity of the shell, it actually hit the target. It's a long range away though, very long range, almost maximum range, going for a charioteer across the way. Nice hit on him, 527, which is the high roll. Wants to do a follow-up shot. Reload time is actually quite long, normally it's about 13 seconds, but Elirox has managed to get it down to just 11. He's using premium consumables, and of course he's got a good crew, and that Lynx has managed to sneak in, and he's now, well, dead. Not against an SU-130PM. You might be able to try and get away with that with an Arty. You're not going to get away with a big tank destroyer with a huge gun. He's just going to blast you. Again, it just proves that these things are so OP that they actually manage to get behind the lines like that and then try to cause havoc, and they were brought into the game to kill Arty, and all they're doing is now trolling other tanks. So wargaming, you're going to have to remove those things sooner or later, or at least you're going to have to nerf them beyond belief, otherwise people will start complaining en masse that they really are ruining the game. Well, even when players like Klaus Kellerman say, yeah, they are ruining the game, they are ruining the game. He's right. No doubt about it. I know my viewers have come up with loads of solutions that might actually work. That one didn't hit anything, that hit the roll behind. They've suggested that they could have to stop to shoot, or that they can't shoot on the move, or basically the same thing, or that if they get hit in the wheels that they have to slow down and stop or to repair them. There's loads of different solutions that they could come up with, especially to make them more vulnerable, but at the moment they're just too almost invincible. Well, there's that AMX CDC moving rather rapidly, and Elirox has had to poke out quite a lot to get shots. Fires one at the T-54, first prototype gets a hit, but he wasn't spotted because the Super Hellcat is still mucking around behind that ridgeline, and so he couldn't see him when that happened. But now it's an SU-130PM across the way, and he's got a 122mm gun. He's very deadly. Goes for the Super Hellcat. Unfortunately hits the dirt. Well, we're one tank down on the enemy at the moment, and it looks like the enemy's going to be paying a visit very shortly, because that AMX CDC and the T-54 first prototype were making a quick run through the northwest corner of the map. And so I have the feeling that what Elirox is doing now is preparing a barrier between him and the enemy tanks that he thinks are going to come around that corner. With an extra 6 feet of armor, he might be able to repel them using that big 13cm gun. I'm not sure it's love that skin that Rusty made for us. Says links are pussies. He's very good. I love Sir Rusty's skins. Unfortunately, Wargaming has decided to get into the skin market, and they kind of ruined it for what Arty Noobs in the process. But we still got all the skins that Sir Rusty made, and they're still really brilliant. Well, the CDC took one big hit. He's now ram kill. Ram him. There you go. Unfortunately, he took 2 rounds in the process, but that T-54 is now one shot. And he's completed his mission. His mission was TD-15, which was to do 3,000 hit points of damage, kill 3 enemy tanks, and win the battle. Do you think he can do it? Well, he's done the first 2 parts. He's done 3,000 hit points of damage, at least 3,032. He's killed 3 enemy vehicles, and now all he's got to do is win. Well, his teammates are actually at the enemy cap area, so I think he can actually drive around this corner and get over there as quickly as he can to help out. That P-43 Tur is probably not on that. Oh, he's actually. Oh, he's gone! He's close! He's close! He was behind the rock! And now he's dead. I thought that P-43 Tur would return to the cap area, and no, he didn't. In fact, now we've got an M41 Walker Bulldog near our cap, trying to sneak in. He's just taken out our GW Panther, and I think this is the last enemy tank. So this is to win the game and complete TD-15. And even though Elirox has only got 318 hit points left, I don't think he's going to let that stop him from taking out this Bulldog. And that's it. Wins the game and gets a high caliber to boot. Well, we'll have to see. Oh, and our LTTB was AFK, so he blew up right at the end. So 5 kills there. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a first class tanker for Elirox in the SU-130PM. And in fact, this is the first time he's had a first class tanker because it's got scrolls underneath. He also managed to get a Reaper because he killed enemy tanks with a 1 shot each consecutively. And I believe that was the T-54 first prototype, the CDC, not the CDC, sorry, the P-43 Tur, and then he killed the M41 Walker Bulldog. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, T-54 first prototype and the CDC both damaged him, but he killed both of them, and a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. And finally, he got a Battle Hero medal. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and his win rate from that game was 6,792, which is Super Unicum standard. Now, this replay was taken from December the 31st, yes, last year. I'm afraid, I'm terribly sorry to Elirox. It was one of that batch that just got kept being delayed because Wargaming kept on bringing out a new client every time, and so it got part of the backlog. So yes, he played this on New Year's Eve, and we finally got around to recording it. Well, he got the highest damage, 4,658 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the Renegade with 3,158, and he picked up a Spartan, Steel Wall, and a Top Gun out of that game. Narrowly missed getting a Radley Walters as well, would you believe it? And the next high damage after him was the Super Hellcat with 2,042, and these were the only three players who managed to get over 2,000 hit points. In fact, the Renegade was one of only two players over 3,000 hit points, and of course, we know that Elirox was the only player to get over 4,000 hit points of damage. He got more than double the highest enemy scorer. The Panther II also managed to get a Confederate in that game as well, should be noted. When it came to kills, it was the Renegade who got the top. He got 7 kills, one short that Radley's, as I said. Elirox managed to get 5, which is 1/3 of the enemy team, and between them, these two killed 12 enemy tanks. It was only 3 tanks were killed by other team members, and the rest, nothing at all. In fact, 4 members of his own team did absolutely no damage, and as we know, one of those was AFK, the LTTB. When it came to base XP, it was that Renegade again with 1,282 base, 1,260 goes to Elirox, and the next high score after that was King Tiger captured with 763. Elirox fired 15 rounds, got 11 direct hits and 10 penetrations. It's a decent gun with good pen. 4,658 hit points of damage, of which 2,454 were at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits from the enemy. All 3 of those were penetrations, 1 hit by way of splash damage. Yes, I'm afraid the armor on the SU-130PM leaves a lot to be desired. And, well, if you fire just about anything at it, it'll normally go through. So if you come across an SU-130PM, best thing to do is probably to fire HE at it, because you'll probably get a max roll and take him out with 1 shot. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed. And on a premium count, he actually earned 120,155 credits. Yes, it's a good earner if you want to earn credits. 45,659 for completing the mission and events, that's holiday ops. And total 165,814. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 126,305 credits. So if you want to earn lots of credits, this is probably one of the TDs to do it in, this and the Scorpion G. He picked up 1 bomb for getting the high caliber, 1,890 XP altogether, times 5 for the first victory on this occasion, 189 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 9,639 experience points altogether. So yes, a huge amount of experience points, which is going to get the crew skills jumping up a little bit more. And a very good result for Elirox in that game. He did hit that Jagdpanther with one of those blind shots he fired. 524 hit points. One of those shots went through, but of course he didn't see the Jagdpanther at the time. He wasn't spotted, so he was obviously pulled back behind the bush, but he tried a blind shot and it did work. So well done on that shot, Elirox. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. We do have more tank replays on the way. I know a lot of you have actually suggested during this COVID crisis, could we have more tank replays? Yes, we will have more tank replays for you. We are principally an Arty channel because it's what Arty Noobs. But and a lot of the Arty players like to see Arty replays, but we know that there's a lot of tank players who want to see their tank replays come up. So yes, we will have more tank replays for you very shortly. Thanks for watching.